Well, we're back down by the riverbank, and it's a lovely, beautiful morning, and we've stood next to these hemlocks again. Yeah, there's something about hemlock that intrigues me. If you just leave it alone, it's okay, and you can touch it, and it's okay. But if you crush it, and if you eat it, it's deadly. And so all the poison is there, but contained until it's crushed, and then the poison gets out. And I was just thinking about the society and what's around us, and what's in the heart of men and women. And there's sin deep within, and it seems for a while to be contained, and then something triggers it. There's a vacuum, a space that can be filled, and then suddenly there's so much violence and anger, and we've seen that over the last few weeks. Something has triggered the appalling behaviour of a policeman has triggered vast amounts of violence and unhappiness, and it's spread from America, and it's here in Europe and in the UK, and people are taking the law into their own hands. Reflecting on it, and Psalm 53 helps us to understand it. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, and their ways are vile. There is no one who does good. God looks down from heaven on the sons of men to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. Everyone has turned away. They have altogether become corrupt. No one does good, not even one. Well, what's our hope then? What's the hope if this was such a bleak and horrible outlook, and it's one that's in front of us on our television screens? And then the psalmist continues, "Oh, that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion. When God restores the fortunes of his people, let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad." The only hope is not political or social reform, though that would make a difference, and that would be great if that could come. But the real hope is something much deeper, and it's something that comes out of Zion, out of God's place, and it's something that comes from God himself, and it's righteousness. It's God's own heart and God's own mind. And the answer to our day will involve police, will involve law, will involve restitution, will involve confession and repentance. But if it's to be lasting and deep, it has to involve God, and for God to step in. And I think that's what we can pray for, isn't it? For all of the above, but most important, that God would step in. It seems like this little bush here, that there's been a lot of disturbance, and a terrible poison has been poured out. But God can change the heart, and God can change the soul. Here we are down by the riverbank, enjoying a little bit of peace. It'll be great to have something more lasting, and one day we shall. Well, today, may God bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you, and give you peace. Come on, let's go.